to Diane Stanley Sews and Knits. This is episode 11, and it's March 28th, 2020. We're coming to you from our backyard in Yorba Linda, California, and we're going to try and catch up with all the nonsense that's going on, and all the knitting and the sewing and the life, and hopefully put a little cheer into your life.
Hi everybody.
You can see Mr. Romance is back.
I'm Paul. I'm back. Last time, I think I had just got my face zapped. Being a lifeguard and a swimmer in Southern California, things happen as you get older, and it was time to get rid of those things. So
I call it a barnacle scrape. So
I'm back.
He's back, and so let's talk to you about life and what's going on. It's been crazy with this stay at home. I really didn't think it was going to affect me that much because I stay at home all the time anyway, but I find myself sort of aimlessly walking around. Oh my gosh, you're growing a mustache.
I know. I didn't know if you'd noticed.
I did know.
I haven't had a mustache for so long.
You're not going to keep it, right?
I don't know.
No, you're not going to keep it. Although with COVID.
But, oh.
COVID, social distancing.
Oh, yeah.
No, we are taking this very seriously, of course. But I really didn't think it was going to affect me that much because I stay at home all the time anyway. But I find that
Just the fact that you can't.
I'm staying at home, but I'm aimlessly doing silly things like spending too much time looking at my phone, or I'm in a group text with some sewing friends, and we seem to text way, way more than we used to because we're all home now, and we're bored and we're worried and we're trying to think of things to do. So what about you? How has it affected you?
I'm doing fine. I just do my stuff that I regularly do. I walk Martha, I work in the garden. My retirement was kind of a warm-up for this. The only thing I can't really do is go to the store as much as I used to. But other than that, I don't know. Hasn't affected me
Paul
that
used
much.
to like to go to the market every day or two just for a little outing and see what he could find and bring home interesting things. But now that's not happening.
Pretty much everything's been canceled. All the stuff I was doing at USC, the teaching and meetings and parties and all that stuff was canceled. And I can't swim because the pools are all closed. And
it's been a little too chilly anyway. It's only been in the 60s, which is we usually start April 1st, and that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
But
that's the date I had marked on my calendar, April 1st.
Yeah.
It's next week.
Right.
But
We've had 3 friends that their kids' weddings have been canceled. 2 friends and then one associate of Paul's that their weddings have been postponed. And that's very sad for those young kids that are finally going to take the plunge and get married. And we were so looking forward. One was in Banff, Canada. That's been postponed till December, which will be gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous and freezing. But I like it because it's a better dress for me because I'll wear long sleeves.
One was in Hawaii.
One was in Hawaii, yes.
And one was in
here in San Diego area.
Yeah,
right?
down towards San Diego at a really nice, beautiful golf course and event center, and that was going to be really awesome. That one got postponed too. So.
But we've been managing. Our kids are all fine. Financially, it's going to be tough for some of them. You know, we have one son that's a wholesale fish salesman, and he sells, to restaurants and hotels, and that's really going to cut into his income. He works for a very good company that's going to help him. And then our 2 sons that are dentists, they're working very minimally, only emergencies. And then our one son that's a paramedic, he's working lots of overtime, so we worry about him being exposed. But he's taking all the precautions, and we're all being safe. We had a really fun the other night. We had a family dinner COVID style. We did it on Zoom. And it was a little hectic because 20 people talking at once and babies and kids jumping around, but it was fun. And we spent about an hour and a half on Zoom, just catching up, chatting, commenting, joking.
It is absolutely gorgeous here today.
It is beautiful today.
I mean, blue sky, big white clouds.
The pollen is killing me though, so that's why I'm
a gentle breeze. Yeah, we had a pollen alert this morning on my phone. I don't know if I've ever had one of those, but they said all the trees and everything are letting go. So
Yeah, so it's bad. We find yellow pollen dust all over the yard and all over the cars and
yeah.
the patio. So it's been really bad for me, especially.
But the sky, especially around LA, has been gorgeous because there's no traffic. The weather's been good. It's just a good combination right now. If you want to go somewhere in LA, it's really fast.
Yeah, yeah. Our son and daughter-in-law took a ride on Sunset Boulevard yesterday, and it was empty. It was like a ghost town at rush hour. So that was a crazy, crazy time in downtown Hollywood. But let's get on with the show. And we're going to try and talk loud because I got a new iPad, and my microphone, it doesn't have a microphone jack. So I'm going to have to probably get a Bluetooth microphone now. But let's talk about some knitting and sewing. And we'll start with what I'm wearing. And I'm wearing the Rift tee. You can see it.
Looks very nice.
It's very, very cute. It's by Jacqueline Cheslak. I think it took me 4 days. I used one skein of my cocoon fingering, which is the slub. There's a bee flying around.
Yeah, I saw that.
And one skein of just fingering weight, and held them together. And I'm hoping that bee's going to go away. I think it likes the bright colored hat.
It has these little things on it too.
Those are called slubs. Yeah.
Oh, the slubs.
Yeah, it
the
gives
slubs.
it beautiful texture. I wish you could actually see it and touch it. And a beautiful drape.
Slubs are back.
Yeah, you can see the drape of it. It's
Fits you really good.
really good. I made the size 48, and I lengthened the body 2 inches before doing because it's bottom up. So I lengthened the body 2 inches, and I think it's a good length for me. I still consider this cropped, because that's my hip bone right there. My waist is here. I have a very short waist, high hips. So there is the
Short waist, high hips.
short waist, high hips.
What am I?
You are long, just long,
Long.
but
That's right.
long, but well proportioned.
Long. That's my.
Your mother's maiden name.
Yeah. Yeah. Long. My grandfather was named Paul Long.
And you're Long Paul.
That's right.
Long Tall Paul.
I was named after him.
Yeah, but anyway, back to the sweater. It's a great knit. If you are interested in knitting this, I have lots of combinations in my shop you can check out. I have the slub and a matching fingering in 5 or 6 different colorways.
Yeah, right now we have a lot of stuff in the storage.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in the shop because
everything's been canceled.
Yeah, our LA yarn crawl was canceled. It was supposed to be this weekend. I've been preparing for that for months.
Yeah.
And the store that I was going to be vending in, of course, had to close. And so they're trying to get set up for online. It's called Make One Yarn Company, and it's in Laverne, California. You need to check out their Instagram. They're putting together kits. They don't have a full website yet, but they are putting together kits on Instagram. And then you can see and purchase by calling them or sending them a DM through Instagram. And I'm doing as much as I can to try and help them because I want them to stay in business. They're
Well, everything's
my
changing.
favorite little shop, yeah. And then I also have things at a shop in Valley Village, California. They asked me to do a custom colorway and make some of my Notion bags for them. Their theme for the yarn crawl was Twin Peaks, the TV show, the old one. And so I made them.
It's really old.
Yeah.
Twin Peaks is really old.
I made them some of my Notion bags. This is not the kind I made them, but I made them with a Twin Peaks theme. Black chevron on the outside and owls on the inside. But so that's very sad for all the little yarn stores and the independent dyers, especially the ones that rely on that for their income. Some are sole income earners for their households, and a lot of single moms and supplement their income with that, and it's been really tough. So I
have a question.
Yes.
What does owls have to do with Twin Peaks?
I've never watched the show, so I don't know.
Okay. Me either.
But that's the bottom line answer. But that's what they wanted, so that's what I did. Yeah.
I guess if you watch it, we might find out.
Yeah.
We're
I
watching
remember
everything else.
attempting to watch it when it first came out in the 80s, and it didn't grab me. I remember Laura Flynn Boyle was dead in the water. Somebody found a dead lady or something.
Really?
I don't remember, but That's all I remember.
Yeah.
Even if I'm remembering correctly, I don't know. But so
What else you got in your little box?
I finished my Sorrel Sweater.
Oh, this one's really pretty. Oh, yeah.
Can you see it? The color? Is it showing? Can you see it on the camera?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's really, really pretty. I personally was disappointed because the yoke was too long to the armpit. And I'm still not real good about knowing when to divide for sleeves, but I should have divided probably 2 inches up. But you can see it kind of fades. It looks really good on camera.
It does.
Yeah.
I like these lines coming down
Yeah.
here.
Those are called dip stitches. And
But I wondered why some are longer than the others.
it was
That must
a
just be the
design
design.
element. Yeah, it was a
Okay.
design element. But you can see it. It's really beautiful. I did like a bracelet length sleeve. I probably should have put it on, but it comes to about there. And the fit is perfect except for the
Armpits.
saggy armpits.
Saggy armpits,
Yeah.
not good.
You need to come closer, I think, because otherwise you're not as light. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
so
look,
that
put it
is another finish.
Oh, there we go.
There. You have a little reflection on your glasses, though.
I do?
Yeah. See, when you're under there, you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's
Okay.
the Sorrel Sweater. And then I dyed some yarn. I should have brought a skein of it here. But it's I took a reverse dyeing class a long time ago and decided to try it with yarn. And so I did, and I
That's
did
really pretty.
black
Yeah.
yarn, and it just has tiny bits of white. So when you knit it, it just makes almost like a reverse speckle.
Uh-huh.
But the hat is really cute.
Yeah, it looks good.
I didn't used to like hats, but I'm getting used to them now. Now
Yeah, they
would
look
only
good on
get
you.
if it would only get colder. I think because now I have longer hair.
Yeah.
When I had short hair, I would look bald.
Yeah.
But yeah, but
We-
I like it a lot.
We could have used that on our trip to Iceland. That probably isn't going to happen. But
Yeah, we have a trip to Iceland scheduled in June, but we're not so sure it's going to happen.
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah. And then, after I finished my Sorrel Sweater, I did have quite a bit of, yarn left over. So I decided to start making scrap hats. And this is, let me look at my notes here. This is the Scrappy Smarled Slouch Hat by Tiff Nelson.
Scrappy what?
Smarled,
Smarled? What does smarled mean?
like,
That's like a tongue twister.
well, I think it's a made-up word.
Can you say that like 10 times in a row?
I don't want to.
You win a free hat.
I'm having a hard time talking anyway with this allergy. But you hold 3 strands of yarn, fingering weight yarn together, and you keep 2 of them are constant, and then every 10 rows I changed the 3rd one. So this is another really cute hat. And then I used all 6 of the yarns I used for the pom-pom. And I did something kind of fun. I made the pom-pom removable. I crocheted, I don't know if you can see it. I
Yeah, is that
crocheted
good?
just a chain with a lot of the yarn and use that to tie the pom-pom, and then I can untie this and remove the pom-pom for washing or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I don't remember you making that one. I must have been asleep.
I made it in one day last week.
I was probably asleep on the couch.
Yeah, he usually sleeps while I knit at night. But I'm thinking it would be fun to have a
Matching?
hat.
Matching?
Oh yeah, I don't think you want a pink one, but I can make
I like
one.
the black one.
Yeah, here, try it on. I'm thinking if I could make a hat for everybody for Christmas in my
I
family.
put these on.
There you go.
Dun, 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 dun,
Are you Mission Impossible?
dun, dun, dun. No, I'm James Bond.
Well, that's the wrong song then. But yeah, so here we are sitting in 65-degree weather with our hats on, but kind of fun.
It's supposed to be 85 next week.
Ooh, 85. But yeah, so that's the Scrappy Smarled hat by Tiff Nelson. And it has a twisted, I think it's called a twisted stockinette stitch, and then a twisted rib for the brim. Really fun. Took me I started it one evening and finished it the next evening, so one day of knitting, several hours.
Yeah, that's
Of course, knitting time, I've been doing a lot more knitting lately.
pretty.
But yeah,
Pretty.
so that's all my finished objects.
That's it?
That's my finished.
Oh, you got more in there.
Yes, yeah.
More in the box. The
Yeah.
Mark Ryan Winery
Oh yeah,
box.
yeah. My Instagram friend Megan, she and her husband have a winery in Washington State. Remember, we used to have a membership to them before I kind of couldn't drink wine anymore, and so we had this beautiful wooden box that I'd like to keep things in. But I started the Fantastitch Shawl by Stephen West. It's my first Stephen West pattern, and it is gorgeous. It uses 7 different skeins of yarn, 7 different colors. I have 3, and you can mix it up any way you want. And I kind of copied one of Stephen's colorways that he did for one of his samples. But these are the main colors in my merino cashmere blend.
And you dyed all that.
Yeah. And I only dyed enough for me
Okay.
to try it, and then
Yeah, I don't remember twisting a lot of that.
no, if people are interested, then I could
Yeah.
make, dye more and make kits.
Because I'm a
But-
twister.
This is Passion. This one over here is.
I'm gonna get kicked off this thing, I know.
No, you're nice. You break it up.
I'm a twisted sister.
Yeah. This is a sort of a lavendery gray. I didn't think it was lavendery gray until I started using it, and it does pull a lot of lavender. It's sort of a silvery gray. And then the variegated one in the middle is really pretty, light and dark gray, a little charcoal, a little purple. And I even did a little bit of fluorescent purple in there, so when it knits up, it gives it a little bit of a pop here and there.
These are the little things I keep finding on the floor.
Yeah, those are the little stitch markers.
Those little things.
Stitch markers. But then it also uses 4 other skeins of yarn.
Oh, those are pretty.
Yeah, these are so pretty. These are
They
the
look so soft.
alpaca silk lace.
Wow.
And so this
Those are nice.
This shawl
That looks pretty just like that.
it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to make just an alpaca lace sweater.
Looks like a popsicle.
Yeah, or sorbet or something. Very,
Yeah.
very soft colors. But I did dye from Stephen's. I think he used La Bien-Aimée yarn,
Yeah.
but I love the colorway, or
Yeah.
the color combination. So that's where I am with that. And I think I'm in section. I have the pattern here. I should show you the pattern, what it looks like,
Wow. It looks complicated. to
without
me.
showing.
Everything in California is closed.
I'm
They
going
closed
to.
the beaches, the bike paths, the trails.
I'm going to show you the
Everything
pattern
is closed.
without
And it's
showing
gorgeous.
you. Yeah.
Oh, that
Isn't that pretty?
looks like who was that guy? That singer?
Stephen, oh, George Michael. No,
No.
Boy George.
Boy George.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Boy George.
Yeah, Stephen is a very, very fun. I've never met him in person. He has taught classes nearby that hopefully if he ever does again, I can join. But I've never gone to his class or made any of his
Yeah,
patterns,
he looks
but
like Boy George.
I'm hoping to
Probably
finish
not.
that. And this
That-
was my inspiration, so I used the whole photo to just copy it.
Boy George was popular a long time ago.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't even know when that was.
80s, in the 80s.
But, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
But so that's what
Good.
I'm working on. And then I have one more thing that I'm working on,
one more?
because I started a sweater when this yarn was drying, because you have to have something going at every second of your life. Otherwise,
I know, it gets boring.
it gets
I
really
don't know
crazy.
about this mustache thing.
Yeah, well, it's not going to stay, that's for sure.
I had a mustache for so long. I had a mustache for like 25 years.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I am making the soundtrack top. It's by,
That's nice.
I think it's by Elizabeth Smith. Yes. And it's a worsted weight sweater, which is kind of silly, and it's short sleeve in California, but I might get use out of it. And I'm using some old yarn of mine that never sold. And I don't know why, because it's really pretty.
Look who's here! Martha!
It's shrimp and brick is the combination. So I'm working on that too.
Hey, Martha.
There's Martha. Martha's here. She's being a good stay-at-home dog. She's keeping us occupied. She misses her classes. She can't go to her agility training right now. So we're trying to run her in the backyard. Yeah, I know. Run her in the backyard as much as possible. Yeah. Paul keeps a little agility set up for her just for some jumps and things. And then, of course, she has her own track that she likes to run around the trees.
Yeah.
And
Get muddy.
yep, we had to do a foot washing this morning, didn't we? Because you were muddy, girl. Yeah, so that's all that I'm working on right now.
Bye-bye. Okay, come on. Okay. Ugh, big girl.
And then back to some sewing. I really thought with this stay-at-home thing that since I don't need to dye right now. I kind of put off dyeing, except for special order things. That now I have mohair stuck on my face.
Yeah.
That I would have more time to catch up on some sewing. And I did do my bee blocks that I'm in a quilt bee for. I finally finished those this week and sent those off. So I'm caught up.
You haven't been in
Through
the sewing
March.
room as much.
Not as much, especially I'm not making any of these notion bags anymore. I showed a bunch of them last time.
Yeah.
But I'm not making any more either because, you know, I don't want to get too many and be overwhelmed with too much inventory. So right now I have 2 shows that are canceled. The LA Yarn Crawl was canceled, then I'm supposed to be in a show in May, and that's been canceled. And that's an in-person show that I was really looking forward to.
That's Torrance?
Yeah, that was Torrance, excuse me.
Yeah, Torrance was a good one. That was our first
That was
time
our
doing
first
it
show
last
last year.
and it was okay. It turned out good.
Yeah, so I really was looking forward to that too. A lot of people were coming to see me especially, and so that's not going to happen. And they didn't reschedule it, they just canceled it. So I had all
so
this
we'll
inventory
see.
waiting for that too. So my next show is July, August in the Yarn Over truck in the Los Angeles area, and hopefully that's going to happen. But what I did was I started selling that yarn, and so I might have to dye to have enough now for the Yarn Over truck. She wants 4 yarn bases, 10 colors of each, so I was almost halfway finished and stopped dyeing, but I have time to do that.
Yeah.
So since I'm not sewing, since I'm not dyeing and doing a lot for getting ready for shows, I really thought I was going to have time to really do a good cleaning in my sewing room, and I
haven't done that yet.
haven't done that yet. And of course, we canceled our cleaning company in the house, so Paul and I are cleaning the house, and you know, you always do a better job than the cleaning people do.
Yeah.
You know, you find something and then you clean out a drawer, and you know they don't clean out your drawers, so.
I hope not.
No, we don't want them to. And, you know, we wash the floor better than they do, and everything takes longer because they're 5 people, we're 2 old people, so it takes a lot longer. But anyway, back to trying to find more things to do. I was going to start a quilt. My sewing friends and I wanted to sort of sew together. That darn fuzz is stuck on my lipstick. And that so far hasn't happened. But I think this week, so we've had 2 weeks of stay at home. I think this coming week.
Yeah, we kind of had a week of kind of slow, and then we kind of had 2 weeks where we're really slow. And I think we probably have another 2 or 3 weeks.
They said LA is not going to peak for another 1 to 2 weeks. So, you know, we're being extra cautious and, of course, not going out anywhere except for when we absolutely have to the grocery store. And even then, I would like to order groceries. But every time I go online to order them, they don't have anything. So we're kind of taking our chances going to the market, but then we can get more things usually. And we're pretty good now. And we ordered 2 meals a week from HelloFresh, so that helps fill in some of the blanks. Yeah, and it's good.
And I started
and
cooking.
he's helping in the kitchen. Yeah.
Besides the dishes.
Yeah, he's good at dishes, but he's helping to do a little bit of cook and prep, so that's good.
Because everything I have is pretty much canceled. My office, where I still have a few patients, luckily they're mainly ortho patients. They can wait. But yeah, they've cut way back. And my teaching at USC, all that stuff was canceled. And so I'm doing some stuff online. I've taken some classes online, continuing education classes that I have to renew my license. And I've been working with my son's company, Pearl, Artificial Intelligence for Dentistry. And so when I want to work, I can work.
Yeah.
And I don't have to leave the house.
Yeah. And we're very lucky that, Paul's already retired, so we're used to cutting back a little bit. So it hasn't affected our income, so that we're very blessed by that. But I have decided to make some masks. And I was torn because some people at first said they're not safe. And then, but I think they're better than nothing.
I think they're better than nothing.
And so I'm going to start making more. I've only made 4 so far. I have enough elastic probably to make...
Wait, let me have that hat.
Oh, yeah. Here, have this one instead.
No, the black one.
Oh, pull this down. There you go. Okay, so he's set.
I'm set.
Yeah. But I think I have enough to make 20 or 25 more masks. And then after that, I might make the kind that have the sewn ties. Because I have a lot of fabric, so I can just keep making and making and making. I was confused as to what kind to make, because they said you should make the kind... First, this is the first one I saw, the pleated one. Then there's the kind that has a pocket and you can put a filter mask in. And so I might make those. So I have to and then I don't know where to send them once they're made.
Yeah, but I think you can just take them down to the hospital. They have...
You just take them to our...
off.
Oh, we can just take them to our local hospital?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, then I can do that. Okay, I will do that.
Yeah.
So that's going to be my project this week, is to make some masks. And then I also started making sourdough.
Oh, sourdough.
You've been enjoying the sourdough.
I really enjoy the sourdough.
It took me a few tries to get my starter started.
What a mess.
Because,
What
first
a
of all, when you
mess.
don't know what you're doing, even though you're following all kinds of blogs and YouTubes and books and Pinterest stories and things, if you don't know what it is, and when I first started it, I was, it was still when we were out in public, so I met a friend in my knitting group, and she's been a sourdough lady for a long time, so she was telling me, just keep going, it's not bad, it's not bad. And then one morning it woke up with about an inch of green fur on it, and I
Ugh.
figured that was bad. So then I had to start all over. And now I named it Rupert the sourdough starter.
Rupert?
Because I like that guy Rupert, the actor that played in My Best Friend's Wedding.
Oh.
And
yeah.
so I named him Rupert. Because everybody names theirs kind of a funny name.
That's a funny name.
My one friend named hers Geraldine, and that's my sister's name. So somebody named theirs Murphy. I can't remember what the other girls named theirs. But all my sewing friend girls on the East Coast, they all started sourdough. One of them, Courtney, she's been doing it for a long time, so we keep referring to her for our questions. But I've made bread so far, shared some bread with our son. I had to put it on the front porch for
Crackers?
a quick pickup,
You make crackers?
curbside pickup. Yeah. I
Yeah.
made crackers. This week we made pizza.
Yeah, the pizza was really
The pizza
good.
was really, really good. It was actually better because I love reheated pizza, but this pizza doesn't reheat. I think it was a little too thick. Next time I'm going to try and get it even thinner than I did this time.
I had some today. It's getting noisy out here.
Yeah, people are starting to garden.
They're
But-
cutting trees and stuff.
Yeah. So I'm glad we did this outside. I've wanted to do this outside.
Yeah, it's
I
really
hope
nice.
the sound is going to be good. I've been trying to speak quite loudly.
Our backyard is beautiful right now. I don't know if it's ever been as pretty as it is right now.
Yeah, we've had a lot of rain the last
Yeah.
few weeks.
Like March. We didn't get any rain in January and February. Then in March, we would get rain and then sun and then rain and then sun. And oh my goodness, everything's growing like crazy.
Yeah, there's one section of our yard. We lived in this house 35 years, and there's one section of the backyard that nothing has ever grown there. It's always
No.
ugly and dirt and weeds, and we try and plant different things and nothing
grows.
And several years ago, I threw a bunch of seeds there, and slowly but surely, They've filled in, and we got these, I don't even know what they're called, but they're giant, maybe I'll put a picture at the end. They're giant, I don't know, it's a big green plant with yellow purple spiky things on it. And we planted 3 of them 3 years ago. And I think there were 2-gallon cans that we planted. And we spaced them quite nicely. And then we had one of the worst winds we've ever had living in this house. And it blew our fence and our gate over. And it broke 2 of them. And we were so disappointed, but now we are so glad because just that one has filled that whole corner. And
it's hard to believe that's one. That thing is gigantic.
Yeah, and I think I can even turn the camera around, or maybe I'll pick up the camera at the end and do a little garden tour. But so that's basically what's going on here in Yorba Linda, California. We're trying to be good citizens and stay home. Oh, not trying, we are being good citizens and staying home. Paul still takes the dog for a walk and does that very responsibly. And we've done the thing where you get packages in the house. We have a clean and a dirty table in the garage. We put everything on the dirty table, clean it, put it on the clean side before we bring it home. We're not wearing our shoes in public and coming back in the house. No, you have.
Not in public.
No, just out in the yard you have.
Yeah.
But not.
No.
But when you take the dog for a walk, you need to not wear those shoes in the house. So you need to choose a pair of shoes and just keep them for your house shoes.
Yeah.
And we've never been a shoeless house because we have a dog. The dog goes in and out all day. We used to when we first moved here and we had wood floors, but that got stupid. So, you know, I remember my dad coming to our house and he said, "You can't ask old people to take their shoes off. We'll slip on your wood floors unless you're going to offer us house shoes." And that made a lot of sense to me. But now some people are getting those booties to cover their shoes, like construction booties or hospital booties.
Don't use hospital booties.
No, not hospital booties though. But some people actually have like homemade slippers that people can wear, or even hospital slippers, the kind that you get, not hotel slippers that you
Nobody's
get.
visiting us, so it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter now, but I mean in the future.
Oh, in the future, yeah.
In the future, it would make sense. But, you know, you have hotel slippers and then have different sizes and ask people to remove their shoes, and then you wash them every time, which would be smart too. So we'll think of that when the time comes. But for right now, one day at a time, trying to stay safe. So this is Diana Paul. Roger out. We'll see you next time.
Dun, dun,
Thank you.
Dun, 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 dun. Pretty soon. Grandkids are going to be happy if they can ever come over.